Welcome, everybody, to another XoneBros. This is your positive gaming and Xbox community. It's so good to be back. We're doing this a day late. We're doing this on a Saturday night, actually. We haven't done a Saturday night in a long time, at least. I'm sure we've done one.
I don't even remember when we've done one, to be honest.
Yeah, we just...
I know we've done shows at like 1 in the morning, so that might be considered Saturday.
I mean, technically, yeah. Saturday morning. Yeah. But yeah, so thank you, everybody. We had to delay. Apologies. I had a flight back yesterday from California, and it got delayed, so we had to postpone it to today. Got delayed once by 2 hours and then pushed back up, which if you delay, you can't push back up. That screws everybody up.
Well, I think just delaying in general screws everybody up. Yeah. And then to like be like, just kidding.
Psych your mind. Like, come on, people. Come on, people. We got a lot of news today. So thank you, everybody.
Why'd they delay?
I don't know.
Flat
the
tire?
Airlines have been a hot mess for what, last month, 2 months, just delays all over the place, cancellations.
Yeah.
And it's not just one airline. Like everybody that I was with, all of a sudden checking their phones on multiple airlines were all delayed. So it's just the way it works.
Well, I know it wasn't the weather.
No, it wasn't. Although we had rain here today, which was refreshing.
It was.
It was big rain.
It was nice because I mowed my lawn this morning.
That's what happened to me.
Yeah, and then it rained, and I was like, boom, baby.
Right as I wheeled it into the garage, the rain came down.
Ah,
yeah.
Very nice.
Wow.
Then I laid out naked on my lawn and let the rain nurture my, my body.
Your sultry
My
body.
soul. Let the rain nurture my soul. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining us. If you're here live, thank you for being here live. For those of you that are listening, we record this live every week over on YouTube, youtube.com/X1Bros. You can come and support us. Thanks for being here. If you haven't yet as well, come join us on Discord. We moved to forums. I love the forum look. Come check it out, guys. A lot of really good discussions are happening over there. A lot of interesting things are happening over there. One of those things that we're going to talk about is a Minecraft server. That's right. We used to have a Minecraft server. We used to have a Minecraft realm.
It was amazing.
It was amazing. It went away. I actually know where it's at. It's saved to my hard drive on my Xbox One X, but there's been discussion over there in the Discords. Should we bring it back? Jordan decided today that yes, indeed, it is coming back, but we're going to start fresh. We're going to start new. And Jordan actually has some major complaints on the Minecraft realm setup. It's not intuitive.
It's terrible.
Not for Jordan.
Not for Jordan.
No,
anyway.
no, it's
Well, then again, what is?
Yeah,
what is?
Yeah, no, it's
Actually, do we have Minecraft realm gameplay?
Yeah,
I believe we do.
yeah. The
So of our realm, I think we do.
Do we have our realm?
Oh, that'd be cool.
I think we do. Somewhere.
Our realm
Maybe
was cool.
not. I might have deleted it.
It's on your hard drive on your Xbox.
Yeah. No, yeah, Minecraft has this feature on the reason we're doing we're doing the Bedrock edition, and the reason we're doing that is because you can play from everywhere. You can do Nintendo can play with Xbox, PC, mobile, so you can play wherever you want. You can log into
Was
the
Bedrock
realm.
the city in Flintstones?
I don't know.
Sure.
It popped in my head.
No, yeah, that's a good
I had to
question.
say it.
So that's the version we're doing. So we're not doing the Java edition. We're doing the Bedrock edition. So they have something called Realms Plus or whatever. It's basically you pay them $10 a month and you get a realm that's always online, and which is great because then we don't have to worry about making our own realm on our own computer and then having it run all the time. You know, it just they take care of it for us. Now, that being said, their system is terrible. Like it's I've created countless servers in my life. Some of them completely from scratch using our own PCs, some of them through third-party websites.
Yeah.
And this is literally the worst experience that I've ever had. And
why?
Well, so it's just the way they do it. They kind of, quote, give you customization of your server.
That's kind of great.
Yeah. So what you can do is you pay money, right? Given it's only $10, but still you're paying money, or $7, whatever it is. You pay money to get your server. You name your server. That all goes fine. And then, for example, I wanted to turn on.
Please tell me you named it Body Banger 69.
Yeah, no, I kept it the XoneBros. So,
okay.
yeah.
The next server.
So you go to. I went to turn on just a setting. Like I'm messing with settings because I'm thinking like, oh, okay, we can put in texture packs. We can do all this crazy fun stuff. So anyway, I go to turn on coordinates just so, because it's a big realm. We're going to have lots of people in and out. It'll be easy to, have a central location.
We had them on in our last round.
Yeah. So it's achievements still count with coordinates on. It's just a quality of life thing that makes it easy to hang out and find people.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah. So what you have to do is you have to change this setting. Then you have to somehow pray to a god that setting actually saves. And then eventually it does. And then you have to download your realm.
I believe that was a Windows 11 update.
Yeah.
Pray to God update.
Yeah. And then you have to download your realm. And then you have to go back and re-upload your realm. There's like 7 extra steps to changing one setting. It's like, you're $1 billion company. Just let me change the setting.
So is the realm up?
Kind of.
Okay.
It's up, but I'm trying to get the settings dialed in. But in order to do that, I have to download a million things and then re-upload them to the realm that's already created, that already has a list of settings that I can change, but I can't change them because I have to download them and then re-upload them. It's just a mess. It's a terrible experience. And you're saying to yourself, well, Jordan, I mean, John, this happens all the time when you create your own server. Yeah, when I create my own server on my computer, I expect there to be trial and error, but that's expected. I do not expect a paid service to be crappy.
Yeah.
And this is what it is. And in the past 2 years, because I've gotten lazy in my older age, I don't want to create a server and keep my computer on all the time. So we've just been using like third-party websites for like Valheim, V-Rising, Minecraft on Java, all this different stuff, right? Even those third-party websites, they have cheaper options with more customization and super easy for the front-end user.
Yeah.
Like, why? I don't understand how Minecraft can be. I'm just gonna say it. I think it's a bad system. And if anybody at Microsoft is listening, think about just reevaluating it.
Just think about the children.
Yeah, just think about the kids.
I mean, it's Minecraft.
Well, think about it. What if I was just some dude that was like, oh yeah, my kids want to play Minecraft with the neighborhood kids. Let's create a server. It's going to be a mess for just the normal Joe.
It will be.
I'm an above, I'm
You're an
average,
bro.
above average Joe, there's probably smarter people than me that are yelling at their screens saying, "Oh no, this is how you do it," which great, but it's not intuitive. It's not easy. It's not. Just streamline it. Like if you're going to offer, this is what gets me is the fact that I'm paying them for them to.
Yeah. Can I rephrase it for you?
Yeah.
Streamline it, bitches.
Yeah. Don't make me pay money for a crappy experience.
Speaking of bitches, we're watching footage, and I just killed Jordan in this old footage and teabagged him for like 25 seconds.
Speaking of bitches.
I just wanted to point that out.
Is the realm set up, Jordan?
So the realm will be set up in the next day or two, as soon as I dial in these settings, and because when I change the settings, you have to hit download, and it just randomly decides to download whenever it feels like it. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. So basically, what I'm saying is, once we lock in a setting, it's staying there.
Yeah, so come over to...
I'm not...
We're committed.
Yeah.
So come over to Discord, XoneBros.com/Discord, or just click a link below. I believe if you're listening everywhere, it'll be in the description of the show notes here. And check out the realm. Jordan will be handling that. We may have a link. It does look like they've improved, perhaps, how you can get into a realm. The way it used to be is... we had to add you as a friend and then add you to the server separately. So it was a very, very tedious process. I think they have a link now where they enable players just to use that link.
No matter where you're at, mobile, PC, Nintendo, Xbox, as long as you have Bedrock Edition, and we'll put this link when it's all ready, but there's going to be Discord. A code that you'll just take that code and you'll type it in, and I'll have the steps 1, 2, 3, 4 of what you can do. Like you just take that code, you type it in, and you're automatically in the realm. Now, everybody's going to be able to play Minecraft normally in the realm, but there is a rule, don't be a jerk.
Yeah.
So that at least is easy.
Don't be a tool. We'll ban you.
Yeah, we do have the one thing they make easy is they do make banning people pretty easy. So just don't be a jerk, If someone built something, don't blow it up.
Don't be a tool.
Unless you have admin status, then, but that's generally just me, so...
It's just going to be this.
It's going to be me. So if I blow something up, it's
unless it's me, then I can do whatever the hell I want.
That is funny. So stay tuned. It's going to be a good time. I'm looking forward to having the realm back. So part of some of you might be asking, well, we put so much work. You guys should have seen our old.
Oh yeah, it was great.
It was amazing. We put so much work into that. Why do this one? Because there's been so many updates. But the way that it works in Minecraft is you have to travel to undiscovered land in order for all of the new items and updates to appear. And our realm was so big And people had traveled so far that you had to travel, 15 minutes.
Well, we had
in
like
one direction.
public transportation all over the map. And
all
everything.
over the map.
People
And
people did a lot of work.
What's really cool is we're going to have all the updates on this server. They should work. And and now there is some cool features, credit where credit's due. They give me different slots for different servers. So maybe during like Halloween, I can create like this crazy Halloween mini game, and we can activate as the server for like a couple days for people to jump in and do crazy event stuff. So that part's cool, but it's just dialing in all the settings that they make it sound easy, but it's not. And I don't know. It's just, we'll figure it out. It should be up in the next couple days, though. Keep an eye on Discord for that.
Yeah.
Post.
Yeah, absolutely. So stay tuned. Stay tuned for that. Very excited to jump back into Minecraft. Let's talk about the Series S. The Series S got a nice little boost, has become more powerful overnight. Jordan, tell us, what is happening with the Series S?
Yes, they updated the developer tools on the Series S, which allows the developers to use more memory. I remember they gave a number, but I don't remember the number. It's not like this isn't like the next generation, but it is just a little bump that the developers can now use.
It's Voyager. That was really bad. Star Trek joke.
Nerd.
Yeah, that was a nerd joke. I apologize, everyone.
They're saying it could, emphasis on could, result in performance boosts to both existing and upcoming games. It all just depends on what the developer wants to do. If they'll utilize it, it may help in a few categories. It may not, but it's just...
The Series S is an incredibly good buy. If you don't have the next-gen Xbox, you're still on the Xbox One, and you're looking to jump into one, and you're like, well, I want the Series X. I want the best of the best. But I don't know. Look at this price. You're really not missing anything on the Series S. The biggest thing you're missing, in my opinion, and that does get annoying, is the memory only. That's, if it jumped up to 1 terabyte, it's only half a terabyte.
On the Series S.
On the Series S. The Series X has the 1 terabyte, and 1 terabyte is about enough, in my opinion. Obviously, there's a convenience factor there. It would be nice to have more. It's always nice to have more. But 1 terabyte, I'm not deleting and having to manage, but on my Series S, I have to manage that thing with that 1 terabyte like crazy. So that's the only downside to it. But honestly, the reason Xbox is winning this generation so far is because of that machine. It's amazing. It's the best looking machine out of all of them.
Yeah, and it just got slightly more powerful.
I could not be more happy with the Series S.
Yeah, I was actually playing it today.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Spicy, do you use an external? You use an external hard drive on your X, correct?
Yes, but that's mainly as a storage, like games I'm not playing, but I still want, so I don't have to re-download
them.
Yeah,
and do you find that's fast? Like how fast is your transfer rate when you move? Let's say a Call of Duty.
Yeah, a Call of Duty. So 100.
Let's take a big game.
130 megs plus.
Let's take a big game.
30 gigs plus. It's fast. That would take probably like I think 15 minutes, 10 to 15
not
minutes.
Way faster than download.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I just store it on there, and you don't have to. I don't have to deal with caps, but that's a solution for data caps and some internet.
That's a good idea.
But so I just have a big drive just to throw it on there, and then I pull it over. It's super easy. You just go into manage game, copy, and then it's move, and then you just move it to the hard drive. It's super simple. That's why I have it. So, but I play all my games on the internal hard drive because of the speed.
Yeah, that speed.
Yeah.
You can't go back.
Changes your life.
Changes life changing. The thing, those NVMe cards are still as much as the Series S, and it's just it's at this point it's a convenience, not a necessity. And if it got down to around $100, I would pay to expand.
Yeah.
But it's the same price as the Series S. I would rather just get another Series S.
The price will go down.
I have seen a lot of DIY
Yeah.
solutions for right around $100. You could create your own.
Yeah.
So I thought about doing it, but then that just seems like such a hassle. I'll just wait.
Hey, good question in chat. Do you think the extension cards are worth it yet? Not at
that price.
250.
Not at the
was
price
it
that they're at
250?
right now, yeah.
Whoo.
Yeah. You could buy another Series S.
Yeah, and use that as your storage.
Yeah. Not like that. No, not at all. So Series S just got more powerful. Highly recommend it. Let's talk Forza Horizon 5 and the Forza Horizon series because there's a debate that happened this week.
This is interesting too.
Over on the interwebs, a lot of people on Reddit were saying on the Forza channel that Forza Horizon 5 map is boring. Forza Horizon 4 map was better. And their point is not that the overall map was better, but just that the driving, the roads were more interesting as you drive around the map as a whole, not necessarily the races. And the complaint with 5 is that, especially in the middle of the map, it's just boring. It's dull. It seems like replicated places. Now, remember, the Forza 5 map, Horizon 5 map, is like 3 times the size of 4. I'm probably misquoting that, but it's substantially larger than 4. So I don't necessarily disagree. And I've been playing a lot of Forza Horizon in the last 2 weeks. I don't necessarily disagree that there are portions of that map that are probably not the best, and you get less of that in a smaller, more condensed map. But overall, I would personally take 5 over 4 map-wise any day of the week, and the reason for me is the biomes. You got these distinct biomes that's the game changer. The middle of the map, does it suck? I'll grant you that point. It sucks.
Yeah.
But the biomes more than make up for that, in my opinion.
Well, it's almost what do you prefer, biomes or weather changes? Because I think that was the Forza Horizon 4 version of the biomes, you know? And I didn't like the weather changes, personally. I prefer the biomes. The one thing I saw, especially on the Reddit post, is they talked about Forza Horizon 4 being more dense. I would agree with that. And I think it being more dense makes it feel like it's more, there's a lot more in it. Sure. You know what I mean? But like you said, it's a smaller map, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, I don't know where I would lean. I think overall they're both good maps. I might have to give it to Forza Horizon 5 just because I feel like I'm playing that game overall more.
Yeah.
So obviously the game is hooking me more, map included. But yeah, interesting topic.
Spicy, what are your thoughts? 4, 5? Do you see the point of players that they're making in about 5, or are they just wrong?
Well, I'm going to argue the fact that I think the races themselves are better in 5, hands down, no question.
Yeah.
Like the actual tracks that they make on the map itself.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
They're one of my favorites. I don't think there's a Forza that I like the tracks more than on that map. So if you're looking at a open world kind of thought process, maybe, because you're right, it's open. But I play the game to race, and so I feel like maybe my perspective is different because I don't care that the open world is meh. I care that the races on that open world, the tracks, are good, and I think they're phenomenal in that game.
Yeah.
I think they're really, really good.
I agree. I think we're in agreement in that. So, well, nothing much to talk about then. The internet is wrong.
Well, hey.
Yet again.
The internet is wrong again.
I will say
what
this.
What are you guys doing?
I will say this. So far the DLC I think is better. That Hot Wheels DLC, in my opinion, is top tier.
Well, same with 3. 3 had the best DLC because Storm Island was
Throw
good.
up some footage.
Storm Island was good in 4. But
the island
Hot Wheels DLC on Forza Horizon has always been the best. Forza Horizon 3 had the Hot Wheels DLC. Forza Horizon 5 now has Hot Wheels DLC. And I will say this. It's superior, the Hot Wheels DLC overall, for a couple reasons than 3. 3 was fantastic. I mean, top tier. But 3 was very condensed. 4 is just so vast and expansive.
Yeah.
Just with Hot Wheels stuff. Like, it's not so on top of each other. You've got more variety races on those Hot Wheel tracks. It's a blast. This Hot Wheels version crushes the 3 Hot Wheels version, and the Hot Wheels DLC on Forza Horizon 3 was next level, top tier.
Well, I feel like they really leaned into it this time. I mean, it's just I can't remember what the storyline was for number 3, but basically they built a Hot Wheels track in the sky. And the Hot Wheels, like you said, David, it's much more vast. The tracks are fun. The cars are fun. the biome that you're in this Hot Wheels thing is super cool because you don't actually have to stay on the Hot Wheels tracks. You can go off them a little bit, but it feels like you're playing Hot Wheels. Funny enough, whereas like take number 4 for instance, I was super excited for the Lego pack, but I was a little. I think it was a good DLC and it was fun, but I felt like a little underwhelmed when playing it. You know what I mean? I wish they would have leaned into that Lego.
No, the Legos
more.
was
You know what
just
I mean?
racing with some blocks.
Yeah. I feel like in this Hot Wheels pack, I feel like, hey, I'm really racing Hot Wheels on this life-size track. I want them to do a Lego DLC again, and I want them to really lean into the Lego aspect of it. You know?
Yeah.
But even what we're watching right now, they have magnetic Lego tracks, which makes the races even cooler. The vertical heel or the helixes that you do. It's just it's a
Who
really
is
good.
driving this?
Guy's all over
This
the
guy
place.
is terrible.
Again, he's going like 200 miles an hour on these Hot Wheels, man.
No, but the thing on this, he must have a steering wheel. I think he's driving
I'm
with a
gonna
steering
skip
wheel.
ahead. This is giving me like
Yeah,
anxiety.
the thing is, you just have
slower car. There we go. He'll be
you
fine.
just have to stay straight. It's not hard to stay straight on a Hot Wheels track.
Sorry, I skipped ahead. We're now on a D class car.
I think this bro's on a steering wheel.
Maybe the steering wheel
PC
is hard.
gameplay. Guarantee you, he's on a steering. He has to be in order. Even right now, he's struggling on the slow ass vehicle here.
No, but with this first DLC, they set a bar. So I'm very curious what their next DLC is going to be because I love their progression system in it. You feel like you're driving Hot Wheels. It's really good. I think this is the best post-launch content Forza has done yet. Forza Horizon has done yet.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I absolutely would agree with that. But Brian F says the Hot Wheels is so much fun. Really makes you feel like a roller coaster experience. I
Yeah.
think that's why Hot Wheels. My issue is I don't know what more you would do if they were to do another Legos one because the thing about Hot Wheels is it is giving you this crazy cool unrealistic racing
Well,
experience.
I'll admit Hot Wheels
is a little more, or Legos is a little more grounded.
Yeah, well, I will admit Hot Wheels probably leans itself well because Hot Wheels are racing.
Yeah.
You know, Legos is probably hard, but I don't know if they did Legos again. I wish they would just create an entire Lego world. Like, I mean, I guess they anyway, I really like what they did with this Hot Wheel pack, and I would just like to see them try Legos again. I enjoyed Legos in Forza 4, but it, like you said, David, it just felt like, I'm driving around a Lego car. Oh, look, there's a little Lego building right here, but the rest of the world's still the same, you know?
Smash these Lego palm trees.
So, I don't know, maybe Lego isn't the best to do, but anyway.
Yeah.
Could you imagine like in like motorsport having actual damage on a Lego vehicle?
like blocks are chipping?
Oh,
Chipping
actually, no.
off
chipping off your vehicle.
No. I learned how to create Legos properly so they don't get destroyed. It's actually how they do it at Legoland. So,
Glue them.
no.
I watched that movie.
No. It's
The
not what
dad
you do.
glues it.
No, see, no, you don't do that.
Because he doesn't want to be creative.
It was David, you went to Legoland a while ago.
Yeah.
So I started watching Legoland videos. And they have like, you know how like at Disneyland they have Imagineers?
Yeah.
These are like Lego engineers that they have.
Lego
here.
ears.
So basically what you do is when you build something, you build it from the bottom up and you build,
All right. Okay.
stay
Oh
with
my
me.
gosh, are you kidding me?
Yeah, stay with me. You build one layer like forward and then the next layer a different direction. And you do that over and over again and it makes it really strong.
Strong enough to withstand a 210 mile per hour missed turn on turn 1?
Yep.
Right into the wall.
Yep. Hey, that's what they did. That's what they built New York City out of this technique, you know?
Did they?
Yeah,
now?
they did. Did you visit New York City while you were at Legoland?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It's right there in the
Oh,
middle
it's
of
like
the
a pseudo
thing.
New York.
Yeah.
I thought you were
How-
talking about New York City.
No, how do
we did
do
the
people ever try and
foundation
take
in
Lego
gray.
pieces off, or do they block it so you can't? You know,
I mean, it's pretty far away. And
Oh, yeah,
they
so you
block
can't-
it.
yeah.
But they kind of need to redo it because it's like been sun.
yes, those
sun
are
damage.
those are real Lego pieces.
It's like sun damage, like repainted or something. I don't know, but
Anyway,
yeah, Forza Horizon 5.
Do you guys like Connects?
Yeah, Connects is good. I never got into Connects as much. I was more Legos than Connects, and then Lego had Technique.
I like Connects
And I had Technique.
because I could actually like build car engines and stuff.
Yeah, that
With,
was
like, moving
so yeah,
pistons
Lego
and-
had Technique that allowed you to do that, and so I had Technique.
Wait, Legos did?
Yeah, so
Well,
their,
no,
brand,
no,
their
their
Lego brand,
brand
is
Technique.
Technique.
Yeah.
which is
Lego has like a ton of different brands under Lego.
yeah. So
Oh.
it's Lego Technique, and it's like their Connects but with Legos, and you could build motors and stuff. And I had that in fact, I still have it. I should build one. They're freaking awesome.
Yeah, Legos are cool.
But yeah, no, Connects was cool too for that as well.
Now, are your kids into Legos at all?
Yeah, we've not yet. I think they're a little young. Okay. We've not yet built it, but they play Lego Star Wars.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
So, and they did go to Legoland.
And they went to Legoland, yeah. So, yeah. Let's talk about real quick, and Spicy, let's pull up some footage of this game because Spicy played this a lot. I played this a lot this week, and that is RimWorld, or as Jordan says, Rim Job World. I don't know why he says that, but he told me that earlier today. But RimWorld, for those of you that don't know, is a game that has been on PC and it just came.
Wow!
It just came to console, and it is Stardew Valley mixed with a City Skylines, kind of. It's this sim management game, civilization management game, really, but it's super in depth. It's super fun. Basically, you start with a couple characters. They're called pawns in RimWorld. You land on this planet. You select where they land. They crash land, and then you build a civilization. And tons of crazy stuff happens. Marauders come, traders stop by, and you've got to defend your city against them. If you don't keep your people happy, they can go crazy and go on murdering sprees, which has happened to me more than once. And I just start over when that happens. I can't lose my people. I actually name our people us with our traits.
Oh yeah, that's
Mark. You've always been the builder.
Yeah.
Jordan has always been the hunter. I've been the doctor. I don't know why I picked myself as the doctor, but
doctors are smart.
But I do.
You see yourself as smarter than us.
Yeah, better. I'm the healer. But I jumped in and played this game before my trip. I mean, for hours and out, basically all day Saturday and all day Sunday last week. And then even today, I jumped back in when I got back. And it is a ton of fun. This game so on Steam, when they review this game, when you review a game, it tells you how many hours you've played, and then it summarizes. It's got 20,000 reviews, very positive reviews, and the average play time out of those 20,000 is 140 hours. And it definitely sucks you in. Yeah. It's crazy. It's very, very good. I was impressed. I played the tutorial, and I'm not going to lie, after playing the tutorial, I was like, ooh, I don't know if I can get into this. So I didn't finish the tutorial. I was like halfway through, and I was like, screw it, I just want to play the game. So I played the game. Night and day experience. It was a lot more fun just playing the game, and that's what hooked me. So definitely, if I would watch YouTube videos, there's a lot of YouTube content on there on beginning to get down the controls. There's even console videos already out there, and then just jump into the game. But I'm loving this. I love everything about it. I think I was playing City Skylines. I haven't jumped back to City Skylines because I've been playing this. It scratches that itch. If you like Stardew Valley, I think you'll really like this. It's intense. It's complicated. You've got to think how you're going to build, where you're going to build, how you're going to get your resources, who's going to defend your property or your town, how you're going to structure your town. Oh, it's time to level up. Let me get electricity in here. Let me level up my walls, stuff like that. Let me recruit this prisoner. And then, I mean, you can basically have unlimited pawns and just continue to grow your civilization. The pawns are the
people that you get in your town.
Yeah. So I really enjoy it. Highly recommend it. Spicy, I know you played a lot this week. What are your thoughts, impressions, RimWorld?
Okay. So there's a couple things I want to talk about. This is obviously an older game on PC, but
just one guy created it. Similar again to Stardew Valley.
And yeah, no kidding. When you make a great game, that's awesome. Why I think this is a good discussion to have is this game is an excellent example of a game that is very, very meant for PC.
Mouse and keyboard.
It's like I would not know how to make this game for a controller if I did not see how they did it.
Yeah, and it's very intuitive.
Correct. I think this is to the argument that we've had a million times before. When a developer tries to make a controllable game for console possible, and they do it, you can do great things if you know what you're doing. If you try.
That's like the key word. You just got to try.
This game is extremely complicated with management and a million buttons and a million things. But they have so many different ways that they left trigger map things to X, A, B, Y, which go into different menus. And it's very, very, very intuitive. We're watching gameplay right now. It looks extremely complex, but how they were able to take this game from a PC and it's not just to pour it over. They restructured the entire UI for console and it plays very, very, very well. So I wanted to mention that.
And sorry, since you mentioned that, what we're watching is a console edition that we are seeing played, and you can see how fluid this person just ran through the menus and is controlling everything.
Yeah. So to the game itself, if you have not played this, I would definitely take a look at it. If you like SimCities, if you like Stardew Valleys, and even if you don't, this game it's very, very rewarding to play. Very rewarding because it's a game. It's almost like a Terraria, a Minecraft in a way, where you are building your city, your town, I guess, your survival town, and how the game is structured is they have storytellers, the AI.
Yeah.
They call them storytellers, and they throw different things at your town, essentially. And you can change the difficulty and change how often they do that. But it really does create a story within your town, unlike a SimCity would have, or unlike Stardew Valley is much more linear with those stories, which is fine. I really, really like that. But this makes it a very organic way to enjoy a replayable storyline. And I like that you're renaming your characters.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to tell you right now.
I pause right there real quick just on your story thing. I feel so attached to my characters that when something happened, I have started like 12 new worlds because some key character will die and I'm like, holy shit. And it
just pause the game and you're hurt.
It like affects you. And so just to double click on your point, Spicy, I was like, how is this going to tell a story? It's not going to, but it does. And it sucks you in. And it's like this evolution of your town and events that happen. It's really cool, but can continue.
No, like, speaking of that, my first playthrough, you know what sucks? Alzheimer's sucks, man. Speaking of, like, because I had a really, really smart person, and I think because they were smart and old, they get Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
And I mean, in real life, it sucks. I've had experience with that. It sucks. But in this game, it sucks too because I really like this character. And then half the day she's wandering around.
Not doing anything.
And it's like, okay, but I need the food.
Can you please just harvest? just harvest for us?
Go back to that research desk and figure out how we can get better meds.
Yeah. So have you started with 5 characters or 3? What's your starting?
I do the 3.
I do the 3 as well.
Yeah. It's the crash landing starting.
Yeah, that's what I do. I start.
And no, I really like it. I like how it's a struggle the entire way, regardless of what level. Not level. It's just how the storyteller dynamic works. It's according to how big you are and how strong you are. Mm-hmm. That's how they throw things at you. But I think behind the code, it's a money system. The game looks at how much quote unquote assets you have and then starts doing things after you. Like I had a mad pack of alpacas come in and just
annihilate you,
destroy me. like, and then but that was later on. Like it does a really good job at pushing your game to the limits regardless of where you are. You can obviously go to super easy and just play story and just build it up
basically
like
creative mode.
Creative mode, yeah.
I've just been playing the standard mode, which is like how the game's intended to be played for most people. And it's very, very good. And to your point, Spicy, it increases as you increase it, but it's always this perfect balance. It seems like
it's really, really, really
one of the
done.
things that once you start to really make progress, if you don't recruit anyone additional, it forces you to make these opportunity cost decisions, like. Because you can go in, every character, the way they there's an attachment to characters. Every character has traits. and they have things that they're interested in and better at. And those are denoted by flames, 1 flame or 2 flames. And so you want your 2 flame guys to increase their skill in their 2 flame abilities, but they could have traits that are incredibly toxic to the rest.
I have one that hates men.
Yeah, you'll need somebody. You'll need somebody, and then you've got someone that's but you'll need them because they're like a 12 on weapons, let's say.
Yeah.
And you need that dude. You need that dude to protect your civilization here. But
You may
they
not
could
like
have the
him,
most
but-
toxic. They could be a psychopath trait. They could have the psychopath trait, which means they will kill your other people if there's a fight. And it's just this crazy give and take decision making process, but storyline process. Now, one thing that I'm looking forward to that is not yet on the console that the PC has a huge advantage over is this game is very mod heavy.
Oh, yeah,
On
sure.
PC, and there's a ton of mods. One of the mods on PC that a lot of people install is for lack of a better term, I'll call it the gene mod, where 2 characters can have a baby, and based on their traits, like that baby will adopt those traits. And so that's a mod, and everybody uses it. And so it's basically infinite with those types of things. Infinite replayability. There's UI mods and stuff like that. Storytelling, different story modes in mods. So once those get to console, I'm going to be very, very excited to play those. But this game is incredibly addictive.
Yeah.
I think outside of Stardew Valley, or since the first launch of Stardew Valley, this has been the first game to just reach out and grab me like Stardew Valley did.
Yeah. Well, you name people, as with your friends. You want to know how I name my people?
Yeah, what do you do?
Wait,
can I guess?
Yeah.
I'm going to guess you do like shooter, harvester, builder, so that you don't know. So that
I
you know.
do the 3 top strengths.
Yeah.
And if they don't have strengths, I call them maid or butler. So they you got to worry about cleaning your place too, because if you have a place that gets dirty, which animals, if you have a pet, animals can bring in dirt, or if you put your farm next to your kitchen, they bring in dirt. They get sad.
There is all these what ifs. It's basically a giant what if machine. What if then machine?
Planter, I have farmer, I have cook, I have hunter, I have all those things. I call them like
their task.
Yeah, hunter, defender, hauler.
Well, so I think because I was doing that, I would go like David, Doc, Paskett. Right? Because the
alias?
the nickname shows up underneath them.
Oh.
So they still have their full name, but then
Wait,
it's
you
like
can do nicknames?
Yeah, the nickname.
Oh, that's another slot that I can give them a trait.
Yeah,
that's awesome. That's good. Because I was getting creative on some of them that had a lot of good traits.
Yeah, it's crazy. Do you go barracks style sleeping or individual room? I was going barracks all along, and then I learned that how a player sleeps and having their own space matters on their contentness. So I went individual rooms the entire way through.
Oh yeah,
Made a huge difference.
And the people that weren't man haters, you read some of their stories, and they're like, this girl really likes this guy. You should make them sleep together. And so I would make their beds together, and then they get it's called a loving bonus. At night they have hearts and stuff.
They have hearts.
And it's like, that's when you know that those two are going to be very happy the next day.
Yeah. And they get extra work done. Yeah. Extra work.
You want that. You want to double them up
Yes.
because you have a lot more space for other rooms.
Yeah. Very excited.
It's a cool game.
It's
really fun.
Highly, highly recommend. If it sounds like it's something that you would be interested in, it's a full-priced game, worth it, every penny, in my opinion.
Well, if just value as far as playtime alone,
Yeah.
well, yeah, it's fantastic.
I really enjoy this game. I really like it. So make sure you go check it out. RimWorld is the game. Let's take some questions here from the community. Submit a question. We've changed it. It's over in our Discord forums. We drop a thread every single week. Make sure you go and check us out to XoneBros.com/Discord. Come join us. Join the community. Join the forum over on Discord and submit a question when we drop the mail sack forum or thread each week. Hot Skills writes in and says, not related to gaming, but in the off-topic part of the show, do you guys have any pets? And if so, what type and names? Also, I think both my dogs are the last post made in pet pics. That's right, over on Discord. There's a pet pic thread.
Which is awesome.
Which I have shared.
If you ever want to be happy,
yeah.
go watch.
There are some funny pictures that people have posted of their dogs or cats in interesting situations. So go check it out. So I have a dog named Peppa. Peppa, her full name is Peppa Rainbow. My daughter named her when she was like 2. So
That's awesome.
which, by the way, I had 2 Yorkies before. Both my Yorkies died. Well, one of them died. Then we got a Vizsla. And I've always just liked the look of a Vizsla. They're like this regal-looking man dog. Because I'm this 225-pound man walking around 2 Yorkies around the neighborhood. It wasn't a good look. And I love Yorkies. I will get more Yorkies. They're really cool dogs. But when I got a Vizsla, so a Yorkie is a lap dog. Interesting thing about dogs, I went down this rabbit hole on like every breed of dog. They're bred to do very specific things. So their genes they're genetically disposed to do very specific things. So Yorkies are bred literally to be lap dogs and just sit next to you and let you pet them. That's it. So the Yorkies, as far as a maintenance is, super easy. You don't got to do a lot.
And they're hypoallergenic, aren't they?
No dog is truly hypoallergenic, but they have human hair. Their hair is not fur; it's like human hair.
They're closer to being.
So they're closer.
Yeah.
So if you're allergic to pets, Yorkies are there for you. That's why Yorkies have the long hair when they're show dogs. But so a lap dog, very easy. Nothing to do. They just sit next to you all day long. Super easy. Just sit in your lap. A Vizsla is bred in Hungary to hunt bears, literally. And they're a pointer dog to hunt birds and stuff like that. Vizslas are cool. The cool thing about Vizslas is when they walk like a cat, unlike other dogs. So like one paw at a time. They are silent when they walk. They are scentless. The scent has been bred out of them. They don't smell. And it's crazy. Our dog will jump in this gross lake that's out here behind our house. Doesn't smell. It's amazing. But since they're hunters, they are one of the fastest dogs in the world. 44 miles an hour is what they top out at. And as a result, you have to run this dog daily or it's miserable. And
Needs to be free.
And not just run. I think, Jordan, you've seen this dog run. My dog run full speed. You have to run. Like I went on a 11-mile run one day. And at the end, my dog looked at me like, what was that? Like, you're done? That was because they have to run full speed. So I take them out to, we have the Great Salt Lake is behind our house. So we take her out there and just whoosh.
Just let her run free.
But so that's my dog Peppa. And I didn't realize it's a lot of work, but it has made me more active. But I didn't realize that. Make sure you get people just get a dog that they like for the look of. You got to get the right breed for your situation. But I highly recommend a Vizsla if you want an active lifestyle. I don't know how people have Vizslas in New York City. I don't know how they do that. Don't know how. You have to be wealthy, I think, to afford a dog
miserable.
walker that
Aren't the dogs miserable that don't run? Is that what you're saying?
Oh yeah, you couldn't. No, that dog would destroy your house if you. So Vizslas get things called zoomies, and if you could actually type it in YouTube, a Vizsla zoomie, and it is just like they just. Wow! And they just go, and they'll like go back and forth and sprint around your house.
Run.
That's like we have a couple cats. That's what they do.
yeah. So, anyways, that's my dog. I don't think Jordan has any pets.
No.
Oh, fish.
Well, yeah. See, we like the fish actually died, but
Too soon.
That's why Jordan has no pets.
no, we like pets. We actually babysit your pets all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we like animals. But my wife has a rule at this point in our lives, which will change eventually. But at this point in our life, her rule is we can only have pets that are flushable.
Yeah.
So anything flushable, we're allowed to have in the house.
It's a solid rule.
Yeah, it's
Fish.
So okay, let me ask you this.
someone said hamsters. Yeah,
Hamster.
I mean technically. So we had a fish. It died. And now we don't have a fish.
That's sad.
Yeah. We went and bought a SpongeBob figure for
the
my
fish?
kids. And now there's just a SpongeBob figure sitting in the tank.
The fish tank?
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah.
So
Those are the bottles.
so our pet is a SpongeBob.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Spicy.
Yo.
Pets.
My wife loves animals.
Mm-hmm.
She's a critter person. I never grew up with them, but I have learned to adopt and adapt.
Yeah, I do feel like that plays a big part in whether or not you're a pet person. If you had them as a kid.
Yeah. I was indifferent, like whatever. Although I did have a paper route forever as a kid, and that trained me to not enjoy Heros, if you know what I'm saying. Because they attacked me quite a bit as a young paper boy.
That's funny.
Yeah. Dogs are whatever, for me. But
Imagine if a Vizsla came
Your
after
breed, a bulldog.
I would totally, yeah.
I could. That's they just lay around, but they're badass. They lay around and drool, and that's your dog, in my opinion.
So we have cats.
Yep.
A couple of them, both males. We used to have a female. She passed away a couple years ago, and then we replaced it with Hank.
Hank.
I named my cats actually after musicians,
I like
not
that.
my animal. I named my animals after musicians.
I like that.
So after Hank Williams,
Oh, very nice.
just so
Very
you
nice.
know. So yeah, they're super cool. I like male cats. Because I have experience with both now, and like the cats we have act like dogs.
Your cats too.
They like do what I say, and if they had a big enough jaw, they'd bring me a drink. If I told them to. But we also have chickens.
Chickadees.
I really, really, really like chickens because they poo breakfast.
They're also dinosaurs.
They're like
you have
crazy.
pet dinosaurs.
They are like T-Rexes, man. You watch chickens because we let them roam in our backyard, and it's actually really fascinating to watch like the dynamic. There is a pecking order. It's like if anybody wants to get chickens, you can sit out back and watch the drama unfold.
Do you have a rooster?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
I've heard watching them mate is a violent experience.
Oh well, yeah, because they jump. They'll jump on, and it looks like I don't want to kink shame, chickens, but it looks like they're beating the crap out. Like one is beating the crap out of the other. Like it's pretty mean, and they're ruthless to each other. Like the pecking order is like ruthless. There was one time my sister-in-law, she loves animals too because she's my sister or my wife's sister. We're like, come check out our chickens, and we opened them up, and one was just covered in blood, like. Just because it's the
new guy, huh?
Yes, the pecking order is ruthless.
Yeah,
like
they don't
they
mess
will,
around.
and they're like in their world too. I sit back and I watch those chickens sometimes, and they eat like little frogs, and they're terrifying. If I was the frog, I would crap my pants. Like how they eat them, how they eat other things.
Oh, they rip you apart.
In their universe, chickens are
They're
king.
dinosaurs. All birds are just dinosaurs.
Yeah.
And it shows. They're ruthless.
Yeah. And we probably have other animals
Pets
that my
around
wife
that you
hasn't told
don't
me
know-
about
that
yet.
you don't know
She
about.
will literally, if I don't put brakes on her,
There's a few things you've adopted that you don't know about yet.
if I don't put brakes on her, she will grab everything and anything. She loves
funny.
animals.
By the way, Rose City Gamer says, I do see Spicy with an English bulldog.
Oh, yeah.
That would be, the problem is.
One day when we're rich and like you can get gifts like that for people because they're wealthy enough to not care.
Well, English bulldogs are like the most expensive animal I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah.
Our cats were free.
Yeah.
Okay? We like...
Cats are free.
Yeah, you just go on like Craigslist or whatever. And
But
just
imagine
they're like,
this.
We got a cat. We got a lot of cats.
But imagine this. You're sitting here working at your computer. The English Bulldog's just laying right there next to you on the floor.
Well, see,
and then, hold it. You stand up. You go to the fridge. It just follows you out. You each get a hot dog. You eat it together.
He
Then
sits
you.
there, watches you,
He
and
just
he's
follow.
like,
Yeah, he's just your friend.
And he has like
how
one
my-
of those. He has one of those deep barks. He's like, "Arr."
That's how my cats are, to be honest. But the only difference is they bury their own poo in a very specific section, so I don't have to no maintenance with these.
There you go.
suckers.
There you go. Good question. Hot skills. Thank you very much for writing in.
Sorry, Hank would sit on my shoulder while I worked.
That's like a parrot.
Yeah, like a parrot when he was just a little kitten.
Hot skills again. Thank you very much. T-Bucket writes in and says, Happy Friday, bros. I grew up loving sports games, but over the years I've fallen off them because, as you have said in the past, they're basically the same game every year with roster updates for a $60 price tag. FIFA still has some bugs from 8 years ago, which developers would you bros like to see take over for some of your favorite sports gaming franchises? Keep up the great work on the best gaming podcast there is. Thank you very much, T-Bucks. So for sports franchises, I'm going to take an unpopular opinion here. I actually, when you look over everything, I actually think EA does a decent job with a game like FIFA, even though there are some issues there and some seasons are better than others. I think if you look at every other game, let's look at Forza, for instance, Forza Motorsport. Their next game is just called Forza. Halo is Halo Infinite. even Call of Duty with Warzone, they're getting away from these annual releases, unless you're talking about, of course, the traditional Call of Duty storyline. And it's going more of one base game updates. I do think it's only a matter of time before we get that with a Madden and a FIFA, even Golf Club. In all reality, there's not a huge difference between the golf clubs that are out there right now. And I think what you sell is roster packs to update you. You know, maybe for $10 you get a season.
Well, you make a ton of money off
like
Ultimate Team,
like a season
already.
pass.
They already make a ton of money off Ultimate Team and all that.
Can I argue the counterpoint to that?
Yeah, give me the counterpoint to that. Yes.
The counterpoint is they're already kind of doing that anyway, and they're still selling it for $60, $70 every year.
Yeah, on their side, absolutely. And they're not only doing that, but then they're making so much money off their Ultimate Teams, which is their card pack franchise. And if you're an NBA 2K gamer, they also charged you $70 this last year for that, and then are still doing that.
See, so that's the thing though. Like, this is one of the few game genres that I think, I don't know if it'll change. You're saying it'll change. I don't know,
because let me ask you. There's a cap there. Let's say take FIFA. FIFA is probably one of the bigger ones because soccer is worldwide.
Yeah.
Their play is it PES soccer? I believe went free to play.
PES Pro Evolution Soccer.
And someone could check me on this.
I think they're Konami.
I'm pretty sure they went free to play. And then they probably have some sort of season. I've not jumped in and played that one because I've only played FIFA. So I might be wrong here, but I'm pretty sure they went free to play. And it's only a matter of time. If they could do that successfully, the problem is that they're using that DICE engine now on their sports games. And it is like the movement is so fluid.
On EA.
Yeah. And so their sports games are just so fluid and it's so hard to break into that. But I think if they went free to play, I think you become one of the most played games in the world, audience wise, and then you just sell season passes, and their season passes can work through normal seasons, which to me would be ideal. I would be willing to bet that a free to play sports game, buy a AAA sports game with these transactions, which by the way already exist, makes more money in the long run. And that's why I think it's just a matter of time.
I don't know.
But it might be competition that does it for them. And right now, it's probably one of the hardest games because of licensing. It costs a ton of money to license these IPs because you're not just dealing. So let's take Madden. When you license a Madden, you have to license. You're not just going to the NFL and saying, hey, can we license you? Because you know what the NFL license gets you? The NFL license gets you the team names, and the team mascots, and the team stadiums. That's all that gets you. And the colors. That's all that gets you. It gets you no player names. You have to go to a separate entity, the NFL Players Association, in order to get that. Now, you think, and once you get those two things, and you've got to pay each one for licensing, and then they have their rules, the things that you can and can't do, and then you license those two things together, a FIFA is made. So that's why it's incredibly expensive and hard to create a competitor to that, and then to do it well, and then to sell, and then to slowly etch out your market in that space. That's why there's not that much competition in to a Madden. Now, when you talk about a FIFA, you're dealing with a whole other ball game. So it's called FIFA. So you think, oh, you just go and get the licensing from FIFA. No, when you get the licensing from FIFA, you want to know what that gets you? All that gets you is access to the countries. So all of the country licensee for the international teams and the FIFA mascots. That's it. That the official World Cup mascots. You have to, it works different. There is no English Premiership. You don't go to the English Premiership and ask them for licensing and you get all the teams like you do with the NFL. You have to go to every individual team and negotiate with the individual teams, and then every individual player and negotiate with the player. Now, those players are part of groups. So soccer is a whole other animal, which is why basically there's just FIFA. And so I think that's why there's no competition there, which is why they can charge the $60 and why. But I think eventually we will see a free-to-play one. I think it's just a matter of time.
A free-to-play competitor or a free-to-play?
A free-to-play
EA.
Or either EA does it or a competitor does it and has so much success it forces EA to do it. But the reason it's so slow-moving and compared to other genres is because of those licensings deals that a Call of Duty, for instance, or an Apex doesn't have to deal with. They create their own,
which is probably why they release it annually anyway.
Which is why they release it annually. Well, because you release it annually because you've got to
pay for that license.
You've got to update all the new players and all the new changes and stuff like that. So, to answer your question, T-Box, I think I don't disagree with your point there. I do think over time it will change. It's going to be slow moving because because everybody's got to take their cut. It's the same with music games. Why is there no Guitar Hero? Because it's so hard to do because of all of the licensing with music and the labels and the artists themselves, and they all have different deals. It's archaic. Mm-hmm. Well, it's not caught up with the internet yet.
That's what I was saying. Of all the genres, I think this is the one that's going to last the longest, if not indefinitely. Yep. You know, I don't know if it will or not, but I know you just gave that huge case in point and all that. 10 minutes of talking, but because it's so difficult, that's why I think this is one of the few genres that will withstand the free to play game model.
Yeah, it'll be interesting
because there's
at the very least they'll withstand it the longest.
It still makes some money,
but yeah,
and there's why when you and then they like to tip their toes into double dipping anyways.
Oh, they are with their ultimate fan challenge
and
stuff.
It's still
which I believe is broken.
For them. Yeah, well, yeah.
Because when it first dropped, I was all in on Ultimate Fan. We even did a tournament.
Ultimate Team, yeah.
We even did a tournament here with the Madden version of it in our community, but players could just buy packs and get the best cards for the best players. So what was the point? Like, that turned me off of Ultimate Team for forever. Like, that's it. I'm out. There's no purpose. And now if they went away from that and just made you grind those, the system that is in there is so good. Just let me grind, or don't let me buy. If you let me buy card packs, like, make it custom, something that, that's custom, like helmets, or I don't know. I just think that the current iteration, it's never going to change because they're making a ton of money and it's an incredibly popular feature, but I think it's wrong. I would rather have, grind and earn to build your team would be far superior.
Well, all I know is I spent a lot of money on Hearthstone this week, and I really am happy.
I made you a happy
because
person.
I have whatever I want to play with, any card I want, and I'm winning. Yeah. So there is that.
Yeah, I can't disagree. I can't. Yeah. Okay. Moving on. T-Bucks, great question. Thank you very much for writing in. Barbara Blake writes in and says, Sea of Thieves Season 7 is here. It's amazing. Why don't you guys play this game more? Over time, this game has become a huge success for Xbox as a first-party title. They announced 30 million people have played this game. This new update has made this game even more fun with more ways to play the way you want to play. I'm telling you guys, you need to get back into this game. Jordan, tell us about Season 7. What are the changes with Sea of Thieves?
I've not played it yet.
Oh, you've not played it
No.
yet? Yeah.
But
He's been busy playing Hearthstone.
Yeah, but everything I have heard has been good. This is the update that allows you to name your ship, save your presets, all new battle pass. But everything I have heard, which a lot has been from Barbara Blake.
Yeah.
But no, from other people as well. Everybody's really enjoying Season 7.
Yeah, well done. I mean, Sea of Thieves has just absolutely... To answer why we don't play the game, or at least for myself anyways, because there's, like, for instance, right now I'm on RimWorld.
Yeah.
There's just so many options out there. I am envious of people that do have a Sea of Thieves, and they just play it heavy. I don't have that at the moment, and I'm searching for one. A game where I'm always coming back to and progressing. I don't have that. And I actually downloaded ESO again because I'm trying to jump back into that. And after what Jordan said, that the Dragonheart pack that I played was the worst version of it. So to jump back in and try the other,
I don't even know what you're talking about.
In ESO.
No. Yeah, you're saying.
He's
Oh
bored.
no,
Yeah.
No, the faction you picked. The other two factions have more interesting, I think, zones and storylines.
Yeah, but anyways, back to Sea of Thieves is one of those games that players that play it, it's their forever game. I don't have a forever game right now, and I'm desperately looking for one. I don't know what it's going to be. I even considered jumping back into Guild Wars 2. But I want Destiny is another example. I'm jealous of people who Destiny is their forever game. I would like to have a forever game in my life. I don't. Jordan, have you jumped back into Destiny again? By the way, because you were like,
I'm still playing it. Yeah, playing the campaign on heroic.
Yeah. Jordan's
hard.
forever game is World of Warcraft. He always goes back when the DLC is
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, pretty
Spicy,
much.
do you have a forever game?
I have several. Yeah.
Yours is Hearthstone.
Hearthstone, Overwatch, Forza.
See, I don't have one. I need
Yeah,
one.
I have several that I always go back to.
I mean, okay, I play the Forzas, for instance, but I don't view that as a forever. Hearthstone I view as a forever game, or even Overwatch. I don't know that Forza is because I play it when the new one comes out. But there's games that like constantly progress you, and most of them are MMO or MMO styles. My problem with Sea of Thieves, it's gonna be an unpopular opinion.
I want to give my unpopular opinion on that too.
Yeah, my problem with Sea of Thieves is, and they do this. There was a distinct choice by them. There's nothing to level up, in my opinion. There's stuff to earn to make your ship look really cool. But what I want in my forever game is a sense of permanency. And they don't have that sense of permanency. Like, yes,
Not without 1,000 hours.
well, but what I mean by that is I want, like, why can't I have a freaking badass island that's my own island, that even if it's in an instance, and then I can completely customize. Like, that to me is, ESO has player housing, Grand Theft Auto Online has player housing, they have cars and vehicles and garages and stuff that you can collect.
That's true.
Really, Sea of Thieves just has, my ship is gold, my ship is blue, my ship is.
And I think I mean, you could argue your ship may be your player housing, especially now with season 7 with this presets that they have you saving.
With the naming,
you know what I mean?
I would agree that that's more of the
naming,
direction.
yeah. So,
but to me, they don't. And then since I can't make my character level up, that kind of takes away that sense of progression for me. And I know it's a distinct choice, and I think it's a good choice by them. It's a good system. It makes it very accessible, whereas like a Destiny 2 is not as accessible. But it also, for me, takes away again that forever game for me. But again, I know it's very good. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's not good, but I want a sense of permanency in my forever game. Psychotic says with the new trinket system and ship customizing, it makes you want more. It makes what you want more attainable. I agree with that. That's why I do like that. There would be no way to monitor the island after you log out.
well,
I would
you would
make
just
it an instance.
you'd have to make it instance like every other player housing.
Yeah, it would just be an instance that you could invite your friends into and to check out your hangout at, type of deal. But yeah. Anyways, great question, Barbara Blake. I hear it's really good. And maybe one day I'll jump into it. Oh, Spicy, your unpopular opinion on Sea of Thieves.
Well, yeah, why I don't play it.
Or controversial, rather. Yeah, why don't you?
Let me start out with my positives.
Yeah.
I love sailing, and having to do the stuff that you need to do to
Relaxation.
sail. Yeah. The hardest part for me playing this game, and why I do not personally go back to this game often, is I feel like the combat, whether it's PvP or PvE, is just straight up janky.
I mean,
Like
it is.
it's just bad.
Also, I think that's also a distinct decision on their part, like
Yeah.
stylistic decision.
I know. Well, that style is why I don't play it.
It's not for you. You're a precision man.
It's just so janky. Whether it's PvP, PvE against some skeletons, the bosses that are just straight up bullet sponges.
Oh yeah, okay. I will admit with you that at least the bosses that we played, I think they're some. Anyway, yeah, they were just damaged them for 2.5 hours and then they finally died.
Like, it's so janky to me, and I don't want to discredit anybody that likes this game. This is just my opinion for me. It's so janky that I get bored of the jankiness. Like, in the middle of combat, this is why when I play with Blake, I think Barbara Blake, I think he hates playing with me. Because I'll be like, oh my gosh, my sword swings are so janky. I'm just going to start fishing right here in the middle of the fight.
You start fishing.
Yeah, Jordan see me do it
Yeah.
because it's just so like it's just it's a turn off to me, and that's the only reason. I mean, I really like the sailing, but the sailing can only take you so far.
Yeah.
Because once you sail for 300 hours, you've sailed for 300 hours.
Yeah. Jordan, this is one of your forever games, I'd say.
Well, I mean, I go back every now and then. It's fun. I had the goal to hit Pirate Legend, and with Blake, I hit it a while back. It's once I hit Pirate Legend, I will say I slowed down a lot because it was kind of like
your goal,
it was like what's the next step. You could still level up Pirate Legend and unlock customizations and stuff like that. Blake and I were talking about it a little while ago. I wish they had. I like the idea of they don't give you don't progress for power, and it makes everything an even scale.
Well, again, I think that makes it accessible.
Yeah,
it makes it accessible.
Well, it is a decision, and I like that for this game. Not every game needs to be that way, but it works in this setting. I wish there was another thing I could progress towards.
Does Season 7 and the new season battle passes not do that for you?
Well, their battle passes are always hit and miss. Like some are cool, so it's all subjective, right? Because it's usually just all cosmetics. But what I primarily go back for is I like doing the events, and I really like doing the stories that they do. The events are pretty fun, although one of them was incredibly frustrating. But the stories, like the what are they called? The Tall Tales.
Yeah.
Like their version of a campaign. Those are really fun, and I'm excited for them to release the next chapter. And the Pirates of the Caribbean one was really fun because you got to see all the Disney pirates and stuff. But anyway, once I hit Pirate Legend, I still play and I like the game, but I wish there was
an additional.
There was just one more, like what like now that I've hit Pirate Legend, what's next? You know.
Yes.
Anyway, but
even Psychotic, who plays this game all the time, Psychotic did say there is really no incentive after hitting Pirate Legend, to be honest. I wonder if they're looking at some sort of additional XP currency or some sort of thing to do. Again, I don't even think that you need to have anything level up wise. I think, and maybe this Season 7 with the ship naming is the first step. Like, let me fully customize my ship, make it my player housing. Because in all honesty, if I jump on a Spicy ship or your ship or Psychotic ship or Blake's ship, the only thing that changes is the skin of the sails and the color of the ship. Everything else is the same. But imagine if I could jump into and I go down into your deck and that's your player housing. It's completely customized. Just that alone. Well, and working towards items to put in those, that alone is a huge incentive.
They've done a good job. Like they've added multiple world events. I think they've really done a good job is the fact that Sea of Thieves would be notorious for you'd log on and then about 4 to 5 hours later you complete what you were doing. They have added activities that are lesser in time. So like, hey, let's log in and go do this activity, which will only take an hour, so they've done a good job with that. So you don't have to, when you plan to play Sea of Thieves, you don't have to all right, the next 5 hours is,
got to block 5 hours, baby.
But, they've done a good job. They've done a good job of adding locations, doing seasonal events, doing story events. I think all that's great. my only criticism is what is there to do after Pirate Legend? I mean, you can say that with any game. You can say, well, once you prestige in Call of Duty, what do you do?
Yeah.
So I mean, you can say that with any game, but
you prestige 12 times.
Yeah, you just prestige again. I mean, Pirate Legend is basically prestiging because you can go up the levels, and they have increased the levels. I think they used to be 15, now they're 75.
Yeah.
So they have increased them, but it's kind of just I wish there was another type of progression that would
Having
work.
said that,
but
Sea of Thieves is fantastic. They've done a fantastic job.
Yeah, the world
supporting it.
The world now is. I mean, they have underwater zones that you can go to.
Cool.
They have it's really fun, but.
So cool.
Yeah.
So anyways, Barbara Blake says it is amazing.
Yeah, no, I've heard a lot of good things about Season 7.
A lot of players are saying that. So if you haven't yet, go check it out. There's actually a thread over on our Discord again, XoneBros.com/Discord. Come join the thread. There's an LFG thread. If you're into Sea of Thieves, come join the community. Sail up with some people. Sail it up, baby. Sail it up like it was 1887.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good year.
Yeah.
That's a good year.
Yeah. All right, guys, that does us for this week, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for being here. Go play some Rim Job World.
Oh, my God.
Play some Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, do it.
Enjoy yourself. Come join us on Discord. Thank you to everybody who supports us. We'll be back next Friday. I think we had a normal time for once.
Yeah.
A normal day.
Hopefully,
no
yeah.
changes. Next week, we'll be here, guys. If anybody has a forever game suggestion for me, come let me know on Discord. X1, this should be your forever game. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye, everybody.
I'm walking away.